Ladies and gentlemen, I once again welcome you to another amusing edition of Sports Village Daily Updates. And the Super Falcons are yet to concede a goal in the ongoing 2025 WAFCON tournament in Morocco as they've secured their passage into the quarterfinal stage of the competition. The Super Falcons' next match will be a tightly contested game against the Queens of Zambia. And I will give you the comprehensive insights of this match. I will extensively talk from the camp of the Super Eagles of Nigeria as they are in dire need of victories in their last four crucial matches of the 2026 World Cup qualification spread across September and October. Eric Chelle is still scouting some players for the Super Eagles team, and we will look at what is happening surrounding the team. But before I proceed with the details of all these stories, if you are new on this platform, kindly subscribe to the channel. After that, hit on the post notification bell for more updates. Please don't forget to like the video and share to other social media platforms. As usual, my name is still remains Solomon Santi, your only nomenclature with engineers philosophy in sports, a Ghanaian who has declared his full support for Nigeria sports, and I've been given a Nigerian name on this platform as the only one, Solomon Chuku Emeka. Do well to leave your decent comments in the comment box for special shoutouts at the end of my presentation. And no more, let's get straightforward into the video. To commence with is the camp of the legendary Osasi Peter Odemwingie. Today happens to be his 44th birthday. He was born on the 15th of July, 1981. So today is his 44th birthday. And if you have to talk about Osasi Peter Odemwingie, former forward of the Super Eagles of Nigeria's team, I think we will not be done with this video. But the little I know about him is I do remember him from the year 2002 to 2014 in the Super Eagles of Nigeria shirts. And I stand to be corrected. He racked up 65 matches for the Super Eagles and scored about 11 goals. A lot of history surrounding Osasi Peter Odemwingie. What I can tell him on this platform is God richly bless him with joy, good health, and money. I know more money is there, but God should add up and everything will be fine for the legendary Peter Osasi Odemwingie. Now, let me shift my focus to the 2025 WAFCON tournament, the ongoing one. So far, so good for the Super Falcons. They've secured their passage into the quarterfinal stage of the competition. And the Super Falcons' next game will be a tightly contested game, a high-stake game against the Queens of Zambia. But before I talk more about the Super Falcons of Nigeria's team, let's have a glance of the schedules in the quarterfinal stage of the competition and all the countries that have qualified to the quarterfinal stage. Looking at the prize money at this stage, everyone is going to benefit around $200,000, which is enough for any of the country or teams competing at this stage. So the first quarterfinal match will be for the host country Morocco against Mali on the 18th of July at the Olympic Stadium at exactly 8 p.m. Morocco time. And the next game will be between the Super Falcons of Nigeria at the Zaoli Stadium in Morocco against the Queens of Zambia at exactly 5 p.m. Nigeria time, 4 p.m. Ghana time, 6 p.m. South Africa time. And the next day will be the other matches. That will be on the 19th of July, Algeria versus the Black Queens of Ghana at the Bekani Municipal Stadium at exactly 5 p.m. Morocco time, 4 p.m. Ghana time. And the last one will be between South Africa and Senegal at exactly 7 p.m. Ghana time, 19th of July, 2025 at the Anal Stadium in Morocco. And that is it. And you should also note that the winners of the game between Morocco and Mali will also play the winner of the game between Algeria and Ghana. So it's either Morocco, Mali going to compete in the semi-final with Algeria or Ghana. Same as the winner between Zambia and Nigeria will face the winner between South Africa and Senegal. And that is that in the semi-final stage of the competition. And the semi-final matches will happen on the 22nd of July, 2025. If Nigeria will be facing maybe South Africa, it will be at the Zaoli Stadium. And if Morocco will be facing the Black Queens, that one will also be at the Olympic Stadium on the 22nd of July, 2025. So these are the full schedules of the quarterfinal matches of the 2025 WAFCON tournament in Morocco. And ahead of Nigeria's game against Zambia, one of Zambian national team player has spoken, and this is from Rahel Nachula. This is what Rahel Nachula is saying. She's very optimistic and she's very certain that they know what the Super Falcons of Nigeria can do in this tournament, but they are not afraid of any other country at this competition, and they are going in with all what they have. They are going to fire on all cylinders. Let's have a look at what Rahel Nachula, a player for the Copper Queens of Zambia, has to say regarding their next game against the Super Falcons of Nigeria.
As Copper Queens, we are ready to face any team. And as for Nigeria, we know that they are one of the best teams in Africa. And I think Copper Queens also, we are also one of the best teams in Africa. I think we can conquer each and every team. And we are not scared of any team. Like, we cannot be scared of Nigeria. All we need is just to work extra hard and be focused, and also maintain the instructions that we've been given by our coach, and we are going to play the game according to our coach's plan. Nothing is going to disturb us. Nothing is going to disturb us mentally or physically. We are ready for Nigeria, and I'm sure it will be a good game. In the 2022 edition, we faced Nigeria in the third and fourth game, and of which we came out third. We beat Nigeria, and that also gave us motivation, and we were privileged to beat that team, and we were definitely excited and happy that we managed to beat them. And also that gave us motivation to say, no matter how big the team is, we can beat them, because we are Copper Queens and we know what we are capable of doing. We are strong enough and we can conquer each and every team, whether in Africa or worldwide.
And that is that from the camp of the Super Falcons of Nigeria. They are on the verge of, I don't know, people are saying their 9th trophy, that is receiving their 9th trophy or their 11th trophy. But let me just clear these doubts. We all know that the official WAFCON tournament started from the year 1998. That was where they started counting. So if it was to be the official WAFCON tournament where it started, the Super Falcons have received 9 titles or 9 trophies. But if you are to backdate it or predate it to where they started receiving or clinching the WAFCON trophy, they clinched it in the year 1991, same as the year 1995, before the proper WAFCON in 1998. So the 1991 and 1995 trophies for the Super Falcons predated the official WAFCON tournament. That is what I can say. So others are saying 9, others are saying 11. So to me, they are on the verge of receiving their 10th WAFCON trophy. And that is that from the camp of the Super Falcons. Now let me shift my major focus to the camp of the Super Eagles of Nigeria. As you all know, they have their last 4 crucial matches spread across September and October, and they are in dire need of victories. At least the Super Eagles, if they want to make a qualification into the 2026 World Cup tournament in the United States of America, Canada, and Mexico, they have to accumulate the maximum 12 points in these 4 matches. That is where they have to just blend the attacking firepower with discipline, dedication, of which they have to see that every point at any of these games is very crucial for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. With the latest coming in, and in reference to the FIFA disciplinary code, I know what happened to South Africa. Anything can happen to any other country going forward. So I've gotten time to deduce players that's when they receive yellow card in the next game that will be against Rwanda in September. Just after the Rwanda game will be against South Africa. They are going to miss South Africa matches. I have 9 Nigeria players that are 1 yellow card away in missing their game against South Africa. So let me just go through the list and let's take advantage of the FIFA disciplinary code. which is the Article 17, Clause 3, which underscores the importance of FIFA eligibility rule, of which if you're a player and you receive 2 yellow cards in 2 different matches, you have to be suspended for the next match. And that is that. It happens to Teboho Mukwena. And as it stands now, Nigerians are of the hope that FIFA deduct 3 points and 3 goals from South Africa points, so that at least since they are 6 points clear of them, they can also get that hope in qualifying for the 2026 World Cup tournament. So these are the 9 players that if any of them receives yellow card in their next game against Rwanda, will miss out against South Africa. The first one is Semi Ajayi. He received his first yellow card against Lesotho. Calvin Bassey received one against Zimbabwe. Sadiq Umar received one against Zimbabwe. Jamilu Collins received one against Zimbabwe. Bright Usai Samuel received one against South Africa. And the next person is Ismaila Sadiq. He is a French player, so the probability of he getting a call-up in the next matches might be quite complicated. And that is that. He also received yellow card against Benin. Wilfred Ndidi received yellow card against Rwanda. And Alex Iwobi received yellow card against Rwanda. Tolu Arokodai received yellow card against Rwanda. So these players, let me reiterate, it's very important, very imperative going in the last 4 matches. So these are the players: Semi Ajayi, Calvin Bassey, Sadiq Umar, Jamilu Collins, Bright Usai Samuel, Ismaila Sadiq, Wilfred Ndidi, Alex Iwobi, Tolu Arokudari. So these are the players based on the FIFA disciplinary code. That is Article 17, Clause 3. You have to take advantage of it. It underscores the importance of players' eligibility. If you mistakenly list, you are going to be penalized for that act. And that is that from the camp of the Super Eagles. So they should know what to do and to maneuver their way around the next 4 matches. So in the camp of the Super Eagles of Nigeria's team, as you all know, Eric Sekuchop doubles up at the head coach of the Chan team, that is the Super Eagles B, the local side of the Super Eagles. He has now relegated Ogumudede and Fidelis Ilechukwu into the assistant coach's position, and he's now taking advantage as a head coach of the team. And according to the reports coming in, he has now taken huge interest in one of the center backs for the Chan team. He plays for Ikorodu City. His name is Leonard Ngeji, and looking at what Leonard Ngeji is doing at the training grounds, because he's the one taking them through the drills, and God willing, maybe Thursday, they'll be having their first pre-Chan tournament friendly game. And looking at how things are going and the way the player is very desperate, dedicated on the field of play at the training grounds, he has gotten huge interest in him that going forward, he's looking at the futuristic aspects of this player. Maybe he might be part of the Super Eagles of Nigeria's team or not. That is the latest coming in. And with that, I needed to give out a background check of who this player is for you to have a full glare if one day he gets a call-up into the Super Eagles of Nigeria's team. He's a very young player. He's just 18 years, but he's very tall. He's above 6 feet. And looking at his possession as a defender, he's a left-footed player. He can play as a left center back, same as a left back at the defense. Looking at his attributes on the field of play, one thing I know about him is his aerial dominance. He's very good because of his height. Aside that, defensively, he is very intelligent. In as much as he is a defender, he is able to progress with the ball. These are some of the defenders that, God willing, and going forward, we are wishing to see more from them joining the Super Eagles of Nigeria's team. And one thing that Eric Sekuchel is very excited about this player is he's linking him up to Frederick Benjamin, who recently had a call-up to feature for the Super Eagles of Nigeria in the 2025 Unity Cup tournament in London, same as their high-profile international friendly game against Russia. So looking at this, he thinks that this player is a player who, looking at the future plans of the Super Eagles team, he can help in terms of the defense. Aside he being part of the Ikorodu City team, I've heard that he might also sign for Remo Stars. And even aside that, he has been linked with other clubs in the EPL, especially he has been linked with Brentford and Leeds United. That is the latest coming in from the camp of Leonard Ingenji, and that is that from his camp. Let's see how things will happen with respect to he getting a call up into the Super Eagles of Nigeria's team, especially in the matches for the Super Eagles in September. That is against Rwanda, same as against South Africa. And that is that from the camp of the Super Eagles of Nigeria's team. I will end here with my presentation. I was being supported by my hardworking chief editor, Emmanuel Kwame Asiedu, and my amazing graphic designer, Dominic. Subsequently, just pardon me for this one. I will give you special shout outs. Until you meet again on this platform. It's bye for now.